Very good evening to everyone. We are here with yet another session. Today we are here with Dr. Apoorva Mukund. She is from Gulbarga, Karnataka. She has completed her BNYS and MD in Yoga, Clinical Yoga from SDM CNYS Ujjare, and she has worked at University of Patanjali Haridwar, and she has established a naturopathy and yoga center at Gulbarga known as Prana Nature Cure and Yoga Center, and working with diet and lifestyle modifications in both online and offline mode. So with this small introduction, I would like to welcome you on our platform, On Your Growth. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bhavit, for inviting me at this platform, OYG. Your people are doing a great job with this. And thank you for giving us the platform to speak and connect to a lot of young doctors who are interested to know more every day. So today, why I chose topic as diet is because I was greatly interested. The thing is, being a naturopath, we always deal with diet and all. But then I did my MD in clinical yoga. During those period of time when I was student, I fell for so many diets like this. It may be trending on social media. It may be keto. It may be just eating salads, and all of this stuff I have tried. So with my experience, I have known that if I am being a graduate in naturopath and I know about nutrition and diet, and being all of this, I have fallen for such diets, then definitely there is a lot of public who are falling for lot of diets, I suppose. So that is why I chose this platform to educate people about diet. And from then I started developing interest in diet and started learning more and more about diet to know what is the perfect diet to be followed by most of them, which suits most of the individuals. And that is why today I chose the topic diet. In this topic, we will be speaking about traditional diets and also the modernized trending diets. Today, we see a lot of trending diets on the internet. So let us know about each and every diet. Whatever my views on these diets and my personal experiences with myself and my clients, I need to express today on this platform. Let me start with what was my experience with diet. As I said, during my phase of student life, I had fallen for keto diet by seeing social media, because most of the influencers on social media were following the keto diet at one particular period of time. All the fitness influencers telling that keto is an excellent diet to follow, and all of this, it has multiple benefits. There were so many research papers. So I personally thought this is a very good choice to do. Then I started with the diet. I did around 3 to 4 months of this diet very strictly. But then slowly, gradually, I started to get a lot of symptoms. My cholesterol levels were very high. And then I had severe constipations. I even had anal fissure. Then I was even taking supplements for dietary fiber. And gradually, being naturopath, that thing came into my mind that when food can directly give you fiber, why do you want to take it in a form of a powder or something like that? Then gradually, I realized that this is not what my body requires. And then I started to learn more about diet. To tell you that during keto, there are no fruits and vegetables allowed because it is again high carb. And I was completely depending on processed food because I was in hostel. I had very limited options. So I started searching. I'm also a foodie. So I want to enjoy food's taste as well. So I started to search products of keto online. There are so many keto snacks available. I started ordering them, having them. They are not tasty, but they're very expensive. And then they are damaging my health also. When I realized all of this, then I slowly, gradually, I cut it down. And one fine day, I just craved for dal chawal. And I thought, this is it. I cannot do it anymore. And I stopped it. And it's not only because of the taste or difficulty to continue. The main thing is it is also not suiting the body. I had deficiencies, and I also had my blood reports very much varying with cholesterol. So that is why I changed. And so today, let us talk about our main root diet, that is the naturopathic diet. Naturopathic diet, basically, we all know what naturopathy tells us. Firstly, it believes in eating fresh and also organic, and it should be locally available. like not stored for a long time, and all of those. It should be whole food. It shouldn't be processed in its natural form. However, we are growing it in that natural form if we are eating, and we are choosing certain food groups to improve the natural innate ability of our body to fight against the diseases. Basically, naturopathy believes in innate healing, innate system of healing. So we are choosing natural foods to improve our immunity. And the basic principles also tells that we should have an early dinner, then we should have like limited food. We shouldn't overeat. Like we should eat 3/4 of our stomach. That is what we believe. And moderate eating and 2 meals a day is ideal to eat, and fasting once a week. These are the principles of a naturopathic diet. And there are 3 types of naturopathic diet basically. That is an eliminative diet, a soothing diet, and a constructive diet. What we give during the juice cleanses or detox or whatever we call it as, whenever a patient comes to us, we put them on this eliminative diet. So that first because we believe in cleansing the morbid matter from our body, so we first put them on an eliminative diet so that they cleanse all of the waste matter which is already present in them. And specifically for chronic disorders, which they are dealing from a very long period of time, there will be some morbid matter which is causing this disease. That is why we give eliminative diet, which includes all the juices, liquids. It includes water, juices, and soups, buttermilk. All of these are included in the eliminative diet. Also, sometimes we can include some fruits and vegetables into this category. The next is the soothing diet. So as soon as they are on eliminative diet, directly we cannot put them on heavy food. And that is when we start with the soothing diet. Soothing diet consists of vegetables, boiled vegetables, or raw vegetables, sprouts, fruits, all of this it contains, so that slowly their digestive fire starts activating, and the digestion starts slowly. And then later we put them on constructive diet for getting the nutrients. Whereas nutrition is concerned, the constructive diet plays a major role here, because during the eliminative phase and the soothing diet phase, we don't concentrate on giving nutrients to the body. Our aim is to eliminate toxins and then bring back the digestive system to normal functioning. So most of them believe that naturopathy diet is just eating raw. It is about juice cleanses. Recently, I was attending a webinar in which they were telling that Ayurvedic, it was related to Ayurveda, where Ayurvedic doctor was stressing that we shouldn't eat raw food at all, which it is not good. Salads, eating raw salads for a long time is not good because they are dry, and they have a lot of reasons for it. But then suddenly one patient told that, but naturopathy tells you to eat raw. Then how is it possible? Then if they are claiming it to be healthy, then how come you are not claiming? Then the doctor replied that naturopathy believes like that, but most of people get gut issues because of the diet. But I would like to clarify that naturopathy is not just eating raw. As I said, there are 3 different types of diet: eliminative, soothing, and constructive. And nowhere in naturopathy it has been told that patients should be every day on eliminative diet. Definitely, elimination is only for a phase or for a period of time, but later we have to put them on a constructive diet to get those nutrients. That is what is very wrongly understood also by the public and by the doctors themselves most of the time. That is where we lack. I feel the system is not lacking. The system is very well curated, but we are not able to understand the science because we don't have much of research papers. There is nobody standing and telling us that, no, this is the only right thing to do. Whereas other systems have strong proofs and beliefs to follow. That is where we are lacking. So I clarified then that it is not like this, and we have constructive diet. So whenever we give a diet plan to a patient, it is important that is that patient eligible to go for an eliminative diet, and also does elimination help him? Is it required? And whenever patient talks about weight loss, we tell them you do fasting, you lose weight. But we need to understand that it is not a technique for weight loss, because we are not here to just shed the weight for a temporary period. Weight loss is a very long process, and during that they don't lose fat much. Most of it can also be muscle mass sometimes, because there is no protein at all in diet. They might be losing muscle mass as well. And when you claim it to be a weight loss diet, patient goes out happily, but then after a few days, he starts saying that I gained weight, and he starts scolding the naturopathy doctor. And that is what gap we should fill. Being a naturopath doctors, who, if any, most of them, I suppose that naturopathy doctors would be watching this, I want to give them a message that whenever you put a patient on fasting, please stress them that this is not a magic tool for weight loss. This is because we are increasing your metabolic activity. We are cleansing your body. Please educate them. That is what I want to tell. As naturopaths, I think we should believe in naturopathic diet, and also we should know why we are giving it. This is the basic thing about naturopathic diet. And next, one more diet we believe strongly is the sattvic diet. Sattvic diet also is, most of it is similar to the naturopathic diet. Sattvic diet also believes in fresh food. Should be alkaline, almost it is alkaline, like naturopathy also believes in alkaline diet, because in sattvic food we don't use very strong flavors, pungent foods are not allowed, and it should be fresh. And again, vegetarianism, there is only plant-based in naturopathic diet, and also sattvic diet is mostly about the vegetarian diet. So it is, most of it is very similar. Sattvic diet is what we follow. It has been written in Bhagavad Gita and in yoga that sattvic diet is important to have a healthy life. So I also would like to stress again, sattvic diet also has a lot of misconceptions around it. People think that raw diet is sattvic diet. They think without using oil, if we cook, that is sattvic diet. Or just if we are eating fresh, that is sattvic. Some people think we have to avoid milk. No, it is not like that. According to Bhagavad Gita, it has been written that you can use milk, nuts, seeds, oils, cereals. All of this come under a sattvic diet. In fact, sugar also comes under sattvic diet. That is other thing, that we have chosen a lot of varieties of sugar which are not good for our body. But then sweeteners are also included in sattvic diet. You need not fear from any food, but you need to know what is your goal and then go to a diet. Basically, that is important. This is what a naturopath doctor believes I am telling about. That is the naturopathic diet and the sattvic diet. There are other diets like Rajasic and Tamasic, depending on the work the people do, what is their personality, everything depends. That is what decides what kind of food they like. But sattvic diet is always very good for having a healthy, happy, it is for body, mind, soul. And this is very unique about our traditional systems of medicine, that they don't recognize food as just mere carbohydrate, protein or something. They recognize that food is also for the soul, for the spirit, for your spiritual journey, for your physical health. That is where we are lacking nowadays. We have learned everything, but we are not able to connect that the body, only body doesn't need the food. The mind also needs. Sometimes we eat a good meal and we feel that it is soul satisfying. Atma ko trupti mil gayi aaj, so we'll tell like that, right? That is because food is having a connection towards our mind. That is why even it may be a big celebration, we go for food. If we have a happy moment, we go for food. We feel sad, we go for food. Why? Because definitely it makes us feel happy. It makes us feel good. That is why. So food is not just mere some carbohydrate, fat and protein. So this is what I was speaking about, naturopathic diet and sattvic diet. The next I want to speak about traditional and cultural diets. Traditional diet is something which you have been eating for a very long period of time. Your ancestors have been eating it. This is the knowledge of food and cooking food which they have been giving to you. It is very important, one, because it has certain nutrients in it, and they have also described the method of cooking in it. So what is the best way to consume that food product? They have told, and which seasons we have to consume, and all of this knowledge we get from traditional. Nowadays we are reading all of this on social media, but our ancestors, our grannies, they know well. In fact, more than us, they know about diet. If you are in doubt that should you eat or not, just ask your granny, is it a healthy thing or not? If she approves, then definitely it is healthy for you. So they have that knowledge because it is given to them since ages. From traditions they have come. For example, I would say in North, they eat sag, right? Like soka sag or any leafy vegetable sag. But in modern trends, they are going for green smoothies. Now we are knowing that green leafy vegetables have a lot of oxalates. They should not be eaten raw. They should not be ground like that. But our ancestors were so brilliant. They never ate those leaves raw. They never gave it us like that, like a salad. Never. They made a sag out of it because they were very wise. They cooked those leaves so that we don't have a lot of oxalates in them. And also leafy greens always come with some soil in them, some infections it may cause. So blanching them and cooking them is a very great idea to consume greens. This is the science which they have given. We are losing it nowadays by thinking that we are very modernized, we know science better. But I think we are somewhere lacking this knowledge. And during COVID, I saw so many people drinking turmeric water, right? That is actually doesn't make sense, because turmeric water, then after a few days, and when we had webinars and all, then some people started telling that you have to add pepper also along so that the curcumin absorbs. If you just drink turmeric water, the curcumin won't absorb in your body. That is when they started telling. But actually, we had haldi doodh, right? We had turmeric milk from ages. They knew that fat is required for the absorption and availability of curcumin. And that is why we were drinking turmeric milk. All these days we were drinking, but we never knew. Now, because we don't want to drink milk, we think that milk has fat, milk makes you put on weight and all of this. You skip the milk, but you want to have the turmeric. But the turmeric is not working very good efficiently because we have skipped the milk. So all of this is interconnected. And even for chutneys, I may say, we used to have a lot of chutneys before. Our ancestors used to have, with every seed, they made chutney. And now we know importance of flaxseed. From our childhood, we have been eating flaxseed chutney without knowing it has omega-3 or it has fiber and all of this. We never knew. But once now we know that flaxseed is very important, we have to eat it every day. Now we are knowing that it was actually a very good and powerful science. They didn't say us that it has this nutrient, but then we used to eat. They used to make a chutney out of it, and also of greens. For example, you are eating a snack. Nowadays, what we eat as a snack, a cookie, example. Whenever we consume a cookie, there is merely no antioxidants in that. There are no fresh components in it. But just think, if you are eating a bhaji, pakoda, something, you are adding a hari chutney over it, right? It has some of antioxidants as well, without even knowing. I'm not promoting to eat fried food though, but still I'm saying that they were very wise. They used to have this combination of foods. Very wisely, they had this combination of foods. And another thing is pickles. We have lost the tradition of pickles nowadays because we think that it is too salty, it is too oily. But actually the fermented food, it has a probiotics. Now we start using this kimchi and kombucha because Koreans are eating it. We started eating kimchi. But then we know it is just a pickle, right? Kimchi is also a pickle. When others are eating, Westerners are eating, people out of our country are eating, then we think that, yeah, maybe this is very beneficial. But we have lost the tradition of eating pickles. Did I lose it somewhere?
No, we are going good.
Yeah. That is what. So when the trend of eating this oil-free food and carb-free food and all of this is causing us some lack in nutrition, because the science has not been passed very well. That is what I want to say. Like, pickles are so good. If you eat in every meal a bit of probiotics, and obviously you are eating prebiotics in your food in form of fiber, along with it, if you have a pickle, it will really help you to improve your gut health, from where all the problems are starting. You are deficient of nutrients and all of this because you have low gut health, low absorption. So all of this will be sorted. And it may be contradictory to say one more thing here, that fried food. Recently, we have developed so much fear for fried food. We are going for vacuum fried, air fried, and whatnot. But I realize this and I understand the science that whichever product, whichever food had high glycemic index, they choose to fry it to reduce the glycemic index of that food. For example, a banana chips. Banana is high in glycemic index. If you just eat it, it will increase your blood sugar. You cannot eat and you cannot store. So what do? They fried this banana. Whenever you eat, you are eating that carb or starch along with some fat, which makes it very slow in digestion. It doesn't spike your blood sugar levels. Okay, it may be high calorie food. That is where moderation comes in the role. We need to eat it in moderation. But then this also had a science. I know naturopathy diet doesn't believe in fried food and all, but again, there is a contradictory thing here. But Sattvic diet never, it doesn't deny fried food. You can eat a puri in Sattvic diet, right? To break a fast, they eat puri. It is Sattvic. It is definitely Sattvic. Why did they choose to eat these foods? That it will not cause a sugar spike. It will always make its digestion slow. It reduces the glycemic index. And this was a brilliant science which they had. Just before this session, I was just scrolling through my Instagram and I found one ad telling that, are you eating fried banana chips? It has so much oil and all. Buy this air fried banana chips from us. I just saw that ad and then I thought to add this point over here, thinking that you just don't fear for that fried food, or just don't label the food that this is fried, this is fat, this is carb. Don't do it. Just eat in moderation. By believers of naturopathy and yoga, also we are living in a modern world. We can't deny that. Today, if you say me, don't eat cake at all, it contains maida, it contains sugar, that, this, but still, you cannot just be away from it, right? Once in a while, you feel like having it, and that is completely okay. What I think is, whenever, for example, if someone is getting you a birthday cake, you're cutting that cake and you're telling, no, I am a naturopathy believer, I won't eat that cake. Okay, if you are believing in that and if you don't feel like eating, that is very great for you. But I am not the one. I think most of us cannot do that. So if you're eating, don't eat that thinking that it is maida, it is sugar, it is that, this. Just, whatever you eat in a small quantity, it's okay. On your birthday, if you eat a slice of cake, it's completely okay. That is what I tell people. Because if you are living in that guilt and stress, that diet is not making you happy for sure. And because of the stress added, you will have more diseases and more issues. You will have developed the fear for food. I recently had one patient who started telling me that I am buying only very healthy products for my children. I asked, what are you buying? She said some sugar-free cookies and some cereals, multigrain atta, multigrain noodles. I was just shocked. Like, if you are putting that fear into your kid as well, you have to be depending only on these packet foods. Other than products, now we have a lot of foods which are healthy, but they don't come with a label that zero sugar and it is healthy. If there is a label, people believe that it is healthy. If there is no label, they think that it is unhealthy. That should not be our mentality. So even next, coming to processed food, when we are talking about traditional foods, I want to mention one more thing here, even the spices for that matter. Spices are having its own medicinal properties. Don't just start drinking cinnamon water, yeah, dhania ka pani, one day jeera pani. Most of them patients come to me and tell, I know what to do. If I have thyroid, I know what to do. I am mixing jeera powder, dhania powder, soaking it water and drinking every day. That is not the thing. Okay, if you have some medical issues, definitely go for it. Otherwise, it's not required. We are using in our Indian diet, right? If you're sticking to our traditional diets, I don't think so. You need to have some specialized kadha or water every day. because these spices are giving us good benefits when they are added in some fat. That is again important. Oil, using oil for cooking is important, because I just said you curcumin. If you are adding haldi in your sabji and making that sabji bilkul oil free, then you are not getting curcumin into you, right? That is why we used oils. People back then had lot of brains more than us. So just trust the science. Don't think that no, oil is very bad. Some people have told on social media, we start cooking without oil. No, that is not the case. So whenever you put spices, I would recommend you eat it along with your food. These are the main things I want to stress about the traditional diet. Next, coming to seasonal foods. And eating the foods in its own season also has a very good importance. For example, bajra. We eat, I say from in Gulbarga, that is the northern part of Karnataka. Here we eat jawar every day. Like we eat jawar roti every day. But when it is winter, we start eating bajra roti, without even realizing that it is a winter food we need. People know that it is required to increase the heat in our body. That is, it protects, it gives warmth to us. And also it has very moisturizing properties. We have hair fall, we have skin dryness and all of this. Bajra gives you very amazing benefits with that seasonal change. So seasonal fruits and food is very important. Even for example, mangoes, we eat in summer. But if we eat it throughout the year, definitely it will cause you problem. So eat it when it is cultivated. Eat it according to the seasons. Even for watermelon, I must say. We have been seeing social media videos, right? Injected with watermelon with color and dyes and some poison and all of this. If you're eating seasonal food, that is not an issue, because you're not eating throughout the year. Watermelon, it is very well, it has a lot of water content, keeps us hydrated. It is good for summers, but it is not required for the other seasons. So when we stick to our cultural foods and seasonal food, that will be enough for giving us a lot of nutrients. And now there is a fashion of eating frozen food, right? Frozen food, because we want this nutrient to every day in our life. For example, the strawberries and blueberries. Lot of people every day putting in their smoothies and drinking. I don't think so. You have to do it, because, you know, first of all, the thing is eating seasonal. As I said, it has its own importance. The second thing is, in India, especially, frozen food is not of a good quality because it has a lot of preservatives in it. In other countries, it is very strict. They need to maintain the temperatures of that food in that particular, whatever is required to be frozen. Here, what happens in the warehouse, if there is power cut, your frozen food will come to normal temperature and again it gets frozen. During that, it will have lot of changes in itself. So there is no nutrients. To prevent that decay, they will add lot of preservatives. So it is always better to avoid frozen food, stick to that seasonal food and enjoy whatever is available in that season. And that would be very good for you. When we are speaking about traditional seasonal foods, I want to mention about this broccoli, kale, lettuce, and all of these. I don't know why people are behind broccoli. It is nutritious, definitely, but our local greens are more nutritious than the broccoli or lettuce or kale. You need not go for them, because you think it is nutritious because you saw it on Google, you saw it somewhere on internet, but then the cultivated land is different. It has been, because it is not, the climate here is not suitable for its cultivation. They have added a lot of pesticides, they have added a lot of chemicals, and people, I've seen videos also where people are saying this has been colored, broccoli has been colored, they are just selling in 10 rupees, small broccoli. How is it even possible if it is an imported vegetable? That is all because they are using a lot of colors, chemicals, and all of this. Don't depend on it. Once in a while, if you're wanting and willing to have some international recipe, you can have it, but not every day. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the kale smoothies and all of this. Just go stick with your own regional diet and traditional forms of cooking. Then that would be wonderful for you as well. And there is one more important thing to stress, that there is, we know that for immunity, for building our immunity, we need to have a variety of foods. Every day, if you are eating the same thing, you will not develop your immunity. That is a fact. Because of which traditional diet again plays a very important role. Why we are eating seasonal food, cultural food? Because every season we have different fruits, different vegetables, even grains differ for some, like makai and all are eaten in this season, and then later we don't eat it, because it has its own importance, and there is a lot of variety in our diet, which gives us all the nutrients necessary. It helps us to improve our immunity. That is what is the basic concept that stick to traditional diet. And again, when I say traditional diet, modernly everyone, even WHO claims it, that we have to eat balanced diet. Nowadays researchers are coming up to promote balanced diet, that eating this all kinds of food in a meal, it helps you to improve your immunity, it is good for cardiovascular health, prevents you from diabetes. All of these, they are getting stressed a lot, because all of each of food groups have their own importance. Like carbs have their own importance, proteins also have all other micronutrients, each of which is very necessary for our body. When we go for a traditional thali, we have a sabji, we have a dal, or we have some rajma chole or whatever beans we have. Then we have some chaach, or we have that is buttermilk, or we have curd, we have roti, rice. All of this we have. So it is automatically, it is balanced. And also we have that pickle for giving us that probiotics. So it is already completely balanced. If you stick to this diet, you need not worry about how much carbs am I eating, what am I eating, and all of this. Okay, just stick to all of these foods, and I think you will be having a balanced diet. And next, we will move on to all the trending practices which have been shown on the social media. First trending practice, which makes no sense for me, is eating your fiber first, then you eat protein, then you eat carbs. I think most of you might have heard this concept, that if you eat fiber first, then you will not spike your blood sugar levels and you will lose weight and all of this kind. This is not for an Indian diet. In Indian diet, you can't eat sabji first, then you can't eat dal, then you can't eat roti. It cannot be like that. You have to eat everything together. Why? Because, like for example, if you take a roti, it is not merely carbohydrate. It also has protein. It has fiber. More than a cup of a salad, it has fiber. While 1 cup of cucumber salad has only 0.8 grams of fiber, one roti has about 3 to 4 grams of fiber. So that is why we need not bother, need not think that roti is just mere fiber. It should not be thought like that. So that is why this practice is a complete no for me. Because in Western diet, what happens? They have a salad, they eat a meat steak. So, and they have some mashed potatoes as carbs. So for them, it is okay, because first they eat the salad, then they eat that meat, and then they eat carbs. Because slow digesting, fast digesting foods increase your blood sugar level. They spike your blood sugar level. For example, sugar or potatoes or whatever, it will increase your sugar level. Whereas when you eat protein along, or of some fat along, the glycemic index of that food reduces, and it will slowly digest. That is what is their concept. But that cannot be applied for an Indian diet. So whenever we are advising our patients, I think this is not the right way to do. They should not be eating like this. If I am eating only sabji, then dal and roti, then I will really go mad. I will stop eating food, because I can't eat like that. So that is how patient also feels. You should first think that, can you eat that? Then if we advise, that is better. And the another trend is eating oats or muesli for breakfast. I see a lot of diet practitioners, and this especially nowadays, because these fitness coaches have come across, they are giving health advice with no qualification. Just because they are going to the gym, they are giving health advice everywhere. I see a lot of them posting their Insta stories with a bowl of soaked oats, overnight soaked oats or muesli. Okay, if you like it once in a while is fine, but every day eating oats, I don't think so is a right thing to do. In a certain period of time, it was very popularized. Oats was considered to be a very healthy breakfast. And nowadays, slowly it is starting that it has phytates, it has phytic acid, it is not good, it has a lot of pesticides. Oats is cultivated only by using lot of pesticide, as it will hold moisture very easily. And that is why they can get spoiled very easily. They are sprayed with lot of pesticides. All of this is coming into light right now. Any food, if it is trending, then that trend definitely is going to fall. Only the foods which have never been trending, from ages we have been eating, they are the only ideal foods and safe foods to be eaten every day. That is what I suppose by looking at all of these trends right now. Because never I heard going some desi recipe going in trend. Never. Why? Because we have been eating since ages. There won't be any trend. People think that we already know. We don't want to do this. So that is why I think eating variety of foods is very important, as I said, for immunity, for having lot of nutrients every day, early morning, the first meal of your day. It has merely just carbs and some of the nutrients, that is oats. I think, okay, if you're eating with fruits, that is a good thing. If you're adding milk to it, if you're adding some chia seeds, fruits and all, it is good for you. But still, I always prefer that advise your patients to eat lot of variety of foods. Let them eat lot of varieties. Like we have lot of breakfast in our Indian diet. It may be poha, idli, dosa, lot of varieties, chila. All of them are definitely healthy. This is the one practice. So I every day eating same breakfast, especially oats or muesli, is not the right thing. And also it has very high fiber. It may cause bloating for some people. That too, when combined with chia seeds, again with lot of fiber, it may definitely cause digestive issue in some. Next, I want to speak about the smoothies, as I already told about the green smoothies. Smoothies is not a good practice. In fact, even in naturopathy, we give juices only on fasting. We need not give them juices every day. If it is a vegetable juice, okay, fine. Like ashgord juice is definitely healthy. But then if you're giving them only juices instead of advising to eat a fruit, then I think that is not a right one to do. It is always better to chew your food. Traditionally, I don't think so. We have been doing milkshakes since ages. I don't think so. Milkshake has never been part of an Indian diet. Fruits have been definitely a part of. You have to eat fruit as it is. Some fruits we cut and eat it along with milk. It may be banana or mango. And specifically only these two fruits I have seen which have been eaten with milk, or jackfruit in some parts. Why? Because these are sweet foods. When combined with milk, they don't cause any issues. But if you're drinking that strawberry smoothie, definitely it will cause issues to you. Because berries are acidic in nature. When combined with milk, it is a very bad combination. So smoothies, I would never recommend anyone to have it. And it is better to always chew your food. That too, especially high glycemic index food such as banana. You are making it a shake and gulping it. Definitely, it will spike your blood glucose levels. So having this smoothie is one more bad idea, according to me. And next, coming to eating only raw food, salads or raw food. Eating raw food all the time for a very long period of time is not a good practice. In naturopathy also, we include raw foods as a part of our soothing diet, right? Soothing diet, it is given for a particular period of time. It may be immediately after fasting we give, but not for a long period. You can have a snack, salad as a snack with some nuts or some seeds you can add into it. You can have it definitely as a snack, but not on a regular basis like meal. And in some of the naturopathic hospitals discharge summary, I see that in dinner they will write eat salads or fruits. That is a very wrong practice, I must say. Why? Because at night, if you eat fruits, fruits are generally, they don't have protein, they have carbs. They will cause a blood sugar spike. And you don't need so much of carbs at the end of your day because your activity is not much. and suddenly there is a peak in your sugar levels, and again the person starts feeling hungry by 9 o'clock, and then they have something and sleep. That doesn't make any sense. So I would suggest, don't recommend for juices or salads or fruits at the dinner time. In any meal, just don't say that just go for raw salads. Instead, they can go for a soup. They can go for some boiled vegetables if they don't want to have carbs. This is the better way to do it. This is one more trend, and eliminating food groups. It is a very bad practice, like carbs, completely cut down carbs. Milk products, completely cut down. Okay, you are veganism, you believe in plant-based diet, strongly you have feeling for that, you think that is the right thing to do, definitely you go for it. It is your food choice. But then just because your celebrity is doing it, you need not do it. Most of them tell that few days I went completely vegan, I got deficiencies, I came back. Why? Because you are not doing it under proper guidance. You don't have the knowledge of food. Merely just by seeing something on social media, if you start becoming vegan or avoiding a food group entirely, which you have been eating since ages, then definitely it will cause you problem. That is one more thing. And another new trend has come up, that animal-based diet. I see a lot of people doing it, especially people who are into gym and all of this. They are completely going animal based. They don't eat grains. They don't eat vegetables, fruits, nothing. Just they eat meat, eggs, milk. That's it. And that is definitely not a good thing to do. The one more thing is supplements. Taking supplements for everything. It may be hair and nails, it may be your PCOS, it may be diabetes, whatever. So every supplement is available in the market. Every next post you see on Instagram is about a hair gummy, about a multivitamin mix or something like that. Even fiber. I saw a product which is telling that this is a supplement for daily greens. You need not eat vegetables, you just need to take this capsule. That is what they are advertising, and which is a very bad thing, that to show that this pill is substitute for the entire food group. Never, it cannot be. And now people are taking supplements for like resveratrol, for example, which is found in wine, which has a lot of good antioxidant properties. Just because we know that alcohol is bad, people are shifting from wine to this capsule now, which is a very bad practice. I don't think so. We need so many antioxidants at a time. We eat fruits, eat vegetables, which gives a lot of antioxidants to us. That is enough for our survival, right? There is collagen, there is whatnot, hair gummies, biotin. Generally, people come and tell that I have hair fall, so I'm eating hair biotin gummies. Anything else can I do? That is what people ask. You need not advise them. They will only tell that I am taking. And now there is PCOD supplements also, lot of supplements like inositol and L-carnitine for weight loss, and lot of things are coming up. But I believe that food cannot be a option. Like there is no supplement which can be superior to food. Because in food, for example, if you take an orange, for vitamin C, you're eating an orange. But that orange contains fiber, it has so many other nutrients, right? So it is not just, you cannot think it is just vitamin C. It is having a lot of nutrients, and that is why food is always superior. You don't even know you are consuming that nutrient, but you are consuming it. And then your body stays healthy. Only if you are deficient, then you need to take supplements. If your blood reports are showing that there is a deficiency of vitamin B12, for example, or there is a vitamin D deficiency, definitely you need supplements. And there is another group of people who are completely against of supplements. Like, no, we should not take it. Whatever it happens, I will eat food and I will make it right. If my sugar levels is 400, but I don't want to take tablet, I want to do it with food. No, that is again a very wrong mindset. Everything should be done in limit. When it is 400, definitely you need to take pills, normalize your glucose levels, because maintaining our body's homeostasis, maintaining it in a normal state is also very important. If you have B12 deficient and you are very adamant that I won't take supplements, you cannot be drinking 2 liters of milk every day, being a vegetarian. You cannot do that. So that is why taking supplements is necessary when we are deficient. For example, even protein for that matter. If your protein consumption or needs are high, definitely you can go for a supplement which is safe. But if you don't need that amount of protein in your diet, if you are able to meet that protein content with your food items, then why to take supplement? So we need to know a thin line between what to choose and what not to choose. This is one thing. And one more thing, when it comes to breakfast, when we were kids, our mothers used to force us to drink that glass of milk. And then they used to give us with some breakfast, which is carb. We never knew we had protein daily, right? That is what is missing. And gradually we became adults. When we started to develop our own knowledge, we completely eliminated that protein and we started eating only carbs. If we eat breakfast, we eat only poha, we eat only dosa, we eat only idli. That causes a lot of issues. When we were children, we didn't have issues. Nobody told ever that give your child that protein. Nobody told, because we were having it with that glass of milk every day. Good fats, good protein. And that is why I tell that choose and stick to your traditional diets, which you are been following from a long period of time. No matter it may be vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Even being a believer of naturopath, I'm not promoting non-vegetarian foods. But if a patient is coming to you who has been eating non-vegetarian since his childhood, you cannot completely say that stop eating, right? It is required to know that why is it bad to you. You can slowly cut down. You can tell them that take only this portion. What are the meats you can choose? What are the healthier options? In what healthy ways they can cook their food? You can always educate. But if you're cutting their entire food group, that person will be definitely protein deficient, because he doesn't know what are the other sources of protein in his food. Every day he's been consuming that meat, and suddenly you say non-vegetarian is completely bad, you stop. The next day he starts eating only rice and sabji, which is again causing a problem. So stick to traditional cultural foods, and that would sort a lot of the problems. And lastly, we are speaking about the major trending diets. First is intermittent fasting. In a time period, there was a lot of trend about intermittent fasting, lot of talks about it. Every other fitness influencer, health freak, weight loss person is doing this intermittent fasting. Definitely it has a lot of benefits, because fasting itself, as naturopaths, we know that fasting has amazing health benefits. It has responsible for so many good hormones, improving metabolism, and so many things. Definitely it is helpful. Any fat diet or any trending diet for that matter, for a short period of time is very, very beneficial. And researchers are only limited to that. They will not go for 1 year of fasting. I think there are very less researchers, even if they are available, telling that we have given the patient 1 year of the same diet. They do it for 10 days, maximum for 3 months. After that, what happened with that individual, we don't know. So just believing that research, I don't think so is the right thing to do. Intermittent fasting, definitely it is similar to the naturopathic principles. As I said, we eat 2 meals per day. We eat an early dinner. If we eat an early dinner and next day you eat 1 meal at 9 a.m., definitely you have that 16 hours of fasting period, which is required in an intermittent fasting, which believes in 16:8 ratio, where 16 hours they fast and 8 hours they eat. Within that 8 hours they eat. So naturopathy has been telling this since ages, but didn't use a fancy term like intermittent fasting. That's it. And I think this is the best way to do, because it is in aligning with your circadian rhythm. Your digestion, your digestive enzymes, all are doing good. But in the modern intermittent fasting, what happens? The first meal you eat it as 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and morning you don't eat anything. We know that breakfast is very important for us. You are just loading yourself with some coffees and 0-calorie drinks, green tea, coffee, all of this. So I think that is not the right way to do. And the best way to do is have an early dinner and create that 16 hours of fasting period. And there is another practice in intermittent fasting, that is the 5:2 ratio, in which 5 days they eat normally and 2 days they go for fasting or a calorie restriction, similar to what naturopathy believes. We know that in our principles, we have that we have to fast one time a week, once a week. That is equivalent to the intermittent fasting. Fasting once a week or twice a week is very good. And this way I can say that intermittent fasting is an approved diet, but you should be doing it with accordance of the circadian rhythm. Then you should also know what is the food you eat. Some people are telling even if you eat a pizza, you on a intermittent fasting is completely okay, because you are eating in only that window period, right? Every day if you eat junk also, it is fine. You lose weight. Definitely you will lose weight. Even with potato chips, you can lose weight. That is not a great thing to do, but it is not difficult to do. If you are going into calorie restriction, definitely you will lose weight, but that is not the right way. Choose the foods properly. Just merely thinking this is carb, this is fat, this is protein. Think the quality of the food. Is it healthy or not? That we have to know when we are on a diet. The second one, already I have spoken about it, that is the animal-based diet. This is one diet which I don't think so has short-term benefits. It has short-term health benefits also, I don't think. It may be keto, it may be intermittent fasting in the modern way. Everything has health benefits when practiced for a short period of time. But I would never recommend anyone to have an animal-based diet for a single day also. That is what I believe. So that is one thing which I would never approve or never suggest anyone to do. The third is an extremely low carb diet, which is what we are following for everyone who is on weight loss. First of all, let me clear that this weight loss itself doesn't make any sense, because weight is also with your bones, with your protein, with your muscle mass, everything comes into weight. You are starving, you lose muscle mass also, your weighing scale shows that you have reduced weight, but there is nothing to be happy about. So weight loss, just thinking about weight loss is not a good thing to do when concerned with health. So it should be fat loss, not weight loss, and muscle gain. This too should be concentrated more. You should always educate. Whenever patient comes and tells, in 1 week I want to reduce weight, this is what I tell. You need not lose your weight. You need to increase your muscle mass. You have to increase your lean body weight. Then you will lose your fat. And that is how it should work. Just thinking it will cause weight loss and practicing extremely low carb diet is very dangerous. For a long time, it may lead to lot of nutritional deficiencies, because we have restricted food groups to be eaten. And because fruits, vegetables, all of this you have to be avoiding. Me personally have done keto diet. So I was not even eating an onion. You have to measure it. This much grams of onion I had a day. That means it has a lot of carbs. I have eaten already one onion. What to do now? For dinner, what can I do? I've already eaten. That would be my state of mind. It will lead to a lot of deficiencies. Most of the vegetables also are not allowed on a very low carb diet. So that disturbs your metabolism. If you are having low nutrients deficiencies, it will also help to, it will cause a lot of health issues. Like, for example, we know that there is leptin and ghrelin hormones, right? Leptin hormone, it is for a satiety, that is gives you a sense of fullness. And we know that carbohydrates are eaten to feel that satiety. If you are losing carbohydrate from your diet, what happens? The regulation of this leptin hormone disturbs. There is a disturbance in this leptin hormone, and leptin hormone is in turn responsible for the production of TRH, that is the thyrotropin releasing hormone, and it messes up your thyroid hormones again, which will lead to weight gain, which will lead to all the menstrual abnormalities and lot of issues. So when you're doing this low carb diet, extremely low carb diet, then you will be landing up with thyroid issues for sure. Then another thing is, whenever your body doesn't get food or whatever calories it is required, what happens? You start feeling stressed. Your body goes into stress because it has to provide you with that energy. And whenever we are stressed, we know that our cortisol increases. And what does cortisol do? It increases our heart rate, breath rate, and all the functions are increased. It also increases our insulin. And when there is high insulin, what happens? Again, there is an insulin resistance, again, which leads to weight gain. In short, that extremely low carb diet may cause weight loss for a certain period of time, but if followed for a longer period, it will cause you weight gain. So that is why I would not recommend to have an extremely low carb diet also for a longer period of time. Extremely low carb diet is of mostly popularly of two types. It may be keto or paleo. One is with high fat, another is high protein. That is why I would stress that balanced diet is very, very important to keep all the nutrients in check, and also for a longer time, it will keep you in that state. Like, these diets are not sustainable at all. You can do it for 1 month, 2 months, then you cannot continue it because it is not practical. You can't be eating like this for your entire life. You can't be skipping carbs. That is not possible. So choose a diet which is sustainable, and you cannot find even one research paper for bad effects of balanced diet. If you eat all the nutrients in your diet, it is bad. I don't think so. Nobody can ever do this claim because it is the most safest and best practice to do. And with this, I would conclude my session by saying that stick to your traditional diets, cultural foods, seasonal foods, and along with it, learn to balance your meals. Just don't think it as protein carbs, because our nutrients, our Indian food, it contains all of this in mix. It may be roti, I had already said example, it has protein, it has fiber, everything. It is not just carb. So don't see like that, but just think that, are you including all food groups in your meal? In entire day, did you eat fruits? Did you eat vegetables? Did you eat grains? Did you eat some milk or milk products? Just think on this way, and I think most of the meals will be sorted. And definitely don't put yourself into some diets like this. It is an early reminder for those who haven't fallen for any diets, unlike me. That is a very good thing if you haven't fallen, and I would recommend you never fall for such diets also. So this is what I want to say and end this session here. If you have any questions to ask, you can please ask me.
Thank you so much. We have come across so many concepts, like to be summarize what you have spoken. So moderation is a key of this session, or the diet what we are going to talk about, and it is explained as you said in Bhagavad Gita and Hatha Yoga. Every yogic text is focused on the balanced and the moderate diet, however you should eat. And you have said that you should not believe on many things which is coming online. You should have a belief on traditional system, or have a guidance from the one who is educated in the stream of diet and nutrition. Should not follow the whatever it is available online. But there are so many things which is not for general public, or so many things which is for restricted for only one group of people. So, and that is not explained properly in the social media. That is for which group of people their diet should be followed.
Exactly.
And my next question would be like the research part, as you said, we are not doing it in our field. So how do you see that a student of BNYS should focus on the research perspective in their dissertation or in their preliminary stages of research?
Yeah, for research, I think we need to stick on, even diet is concerned, definitely. We are going for most of the research are around some juices for certain health condition. That is very good. You can prove that you need not take supplement and this food product is very good for you. That is a very good thing. And I would also request like young BNYS graduates coming up with research, choose something which is sustainable, give them and show the results. That is when people start believing that yes, everyday life we can have this, and then even then we can combat this disease. I would like that someone would do it with a balanced diet or sattvic diet. because juices we have been doing, right? Beetroot juice for hypertension, ashgard for dyspepsia, all of this. But consuming a sattvic diet would be very good. Other than diet, definitely we are coming up now. Research field is improving. We have a lot of research papers available for our system as well. But give good references and stick to what you believe. Don't fall for any random things. That's what I would say.
So I would like to say that this session gives a lot of touch to the traditional practice rather than the practice which is going on right now, which might be good at certain point of time. I cannot deny that these practices are always bad. But with the traditional perspective, I should think that we should correlate the tradition plus the modern science. The correlation is required right now, and you should not only believe in one system. At the current system, you cannot follow only traditional because things are not available in that way.
Definitely, yes,
You have to correlate at that point of time. So
yes,
correlation between your understanding with the traditional with the modern is required, as you said, and that would give a chance a patient, a clinical person, to be thinking in a more integrative way. So any final message to all students you want to give it to them?
I just want to say that don't just believe what you are seeing, experiment it and go dig deep into it, learn about it, learn from there is lot of media right now, right, on YouTube and all of these things. On your channel also I have gone through a lot of things which you are giving a very good knowledge out there. Just go for that right knowledge. Don't vaguely fall into something. Whenever you're advising something to the patient, go through the researches what have been done. Think, is it the right thing to do, and then suggest, is it practical to do? Most importantly, is it practical? That you need to think. You cannot just put them every day on juices and just say you will be fine. That is the very wrong thing which has been happening with few of the doctors. But I would say just stick to naturopathic principles, but yet you should naturopathy and nutrition, whatever, ultimately it should make the life of that patient very easy, not complicated. So just keep it simple, I would say.
So with this message that keep it simple, but at the same time, the patient should get complete benefit or holistic approach from your dietary approaches. So every student and doctor should try to dig deep into the concepts, what the naturopathy principles or the modern principles are there, to understand and correlate and give it to the patients. So with this, I would like to thank you once again with the detailed description of myths which was broken in this session, and hope that will bring a change in the students when they see and they can bring out their understanding with the correlation of traditional with the modern science. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this platform and helping me to put out my knowledge. And if I was wrong or contradictory to any of your beliefs, I'm really sorry for that. But this is what I believe, and you might have a completely different mindset or a complete different information. But make sure your information is from the right source and just keep going. Thank you.
Thank you. And those who have feeling that they feel that this is contradictory, definitely they can write it to you for clarification through your mail, and we will provide the details in the description. So you can, if you feel that you should have a clarification on that, definitely you can discuss with her anytime.
Yes, anytime you can drop a message. I'm available on Instagram as well, trying to put out good educational content, making it easy for people to follow. You can follow me on Instagram, Prana Nature Cure. You can DM me. You can leave a comment below this video. I will definitely reach out to you if you have any queries. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who are going to watch this session. Thank you.